Alrighty guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host Tiny Jester. So we got a few games in the other day. We haven't done a live unboxing of them yet, and so we're going to do that. First thing we're going to look at, we'll just scoot this aside for right now. We're going to look at Wing Leader Victories 1940 to 1942. The game design is Lee Brimcombe Wood. I butchered his name, I apologize. And it's produced by GMT Games. Comes in a nice thick box. Let's take a look at the back side here. So, we have sample game counters here. Complexity is 6 out of 9. Solitaire is 5 out of 9. Time to play 1 to 3 hours. 2 players. Ages 14 and up. And you can see it's kind of like a tactical air combat game. So, hey, what's going on, Modeling for Advantage? How you doing? Good to see you. So, yeah, we're going to dive into this and Wing Leader Blitz here. And the reason I'm trying to find out more about this game is there's a couple expansions I don't have yet. So I want to find out if I like this game so I know whether or not to invest in any more of the expansions. So, we shall see. So you need the core game, so that's obviously most important. But let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside, shall we? Shrink wrap is off, so not new in shrink anymore. Look at that. Ah, no, it's not new in shrink anymore. I hate not having new in shrink. Hey, Rough Swordsman Wargamer's in. He's greetings from the Blighty. Blighty, mate. Blighty. So, hey, Tony, how you doing? Good to see you. Who knew what a Blighty is? If you know what a Blighty is, and Rough Swordsman, you don't answer this, anyone else that knows what a Blighty is, put it in the chat so we know if I'm just a weirdo or if there's other people out there that don't know what the hell a Blighty is. So, there we go. Nice, thick box. So, that's nice. So hi to Tony and Roast Swordsman, Modeling for Advantage. If you know what a Blighty is, type in the chat. Let's find out if I'm the only weirdo out there. Alright, so we got the Wing Leader Air Combat 1939-1945 Rulebook, version 2.2. It's going to weigh in at, let's see, about 47 pages, including the index. Nice color, with illustrations and pictures. Mate, to answer your question, we know you're a weirdo. Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I see you guys got my back here. All right, I see how things are going to be. I see. All right. Well, anyways, here is good quality, good quality, thick, and looks like we have the sun arc. So if it's on the upper right, the upper left, or above, different aspects. And yeah, that's it for charts. And sometimes GMT likes to put a lot of the charts in the actual rule book, but in this case, it doesn't look like it. All right, so that is that. Now, of course, we get to the meat of things. This is the Scenario, 2nd edition book. This book contains 30 historical scenarios. Scenario version 24 to version 27 were previously published as Scenario Supplement. Scenarios 28 to 30 are new for this edition. Another good quality book here from GMT. They have the models and then the counters. Here's everything that's changed in the second. I should mention this is the 2nd edition, so just keep that in mind. Viper Dave, how you doing, buddy? Nobody knows what a Blighty is, huh? If you know what a Blighty is, except for Rough Swordsman, put it in the chat. Here's a lot of the scenarios here. Hasn't Ivan learned anything yet? Singapore Sling. All kinds of different scenarios with all kinds of different units. JU-88s. Focke-Wulf 190s. We got the Japanese A6M20s. We got Wildcats. I don't see any British yet, though. Oh, here's Hurricanes and Spitfires over here. There we go. So they're in the mix. Here's the... Oh, this is going to be a little bit of battle for Britain here with Germany and Britain there. Lots of good pictures there as well. Here comes the last 50 Spitfires. Hurricanes and Spitfires over there in Blighty. Over there in Blighty they have Hurricanes and Spitfires. The big E. That's the Enterprise there. It's being attacked by, looks like some Japanese A6M2s, some A3A1s, some B5N2s. Alright. So, nice variety of different scenarios, lots of different units there. That's cool. All kinds of nice stuff there. So, nice scenario book. Let's see what else we got here. Combat card. It's got the air combat table, the combat differentials, all your modifiers, your losses, cohesion table, escort, tally-ho. Tally-ho. Alright, so we have one of those, we have two of those. You can play this multiplayer, so there's probably a couple of those, 3 of those. Here's your wing display. So this is going to have all your information about your aircraft on there, one-sided. A couple of those. Your battle display. Abel, Baker, Charlie. And then we have a couple, I guess not a couple, we have one sheet of blue paper. Woohoo! Look at that, blue paper with squares on it. Look at that. You can't find that just laying around anywhere. Blue piece of paper with squares and numbers on it. But this is obviously your, it's going to be your airfield. It is quite large. So, let's see if I can take this off without destroying it for you guys. And not wrap it around my thing there. There we go. So you can see the size of it there. So, pretty good size. Put this back in. Put it back in there. Put it back in there. That map is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I know it is gorgeous. I mean, the detail of the blue is just amazing. And look, they even have like a little tiny mark there in the sky. I don't know if that's supposed to be a star or... I'm not sure. Beautiful detail on that map. It's just gorgeous. And then, of course, comes the meat. Comes the meat of it. After you drop it all over the ground. 2 red 6-sided dice. 2 red 6-siders and some baggies. But here comes the meat of it. Let's pull out this and see what we got here. So these are going to be, let's take these out of here. These are going to be your aircraft cards, which I think they're designing now like the Panzer cards. For each tank has their own little card like this. It's like thick. It's not like cardboard, but it's kind of sturdier than that. But that's the information on the cards, and it is two-sided with some information about it. And so these just kind of fall out. Devastator, Dauntless, Warhawk. There's a P40F Warhawk. So you got speed, turn, climb, and bomb ratings. Firepower, your protection, and your bombings. And then the country and the availability, October 42. So you get, slide these around here. So, yeah. Again, they just kind of pop out really quickly and easily. Not new, new and shrink anymore. Not new and shrink anymore. There's a British plane there. And Gladiators, Spitfire. Ooh, look at there. There's a nice Spitfire. Blighty. Blighty, there's a Spitfire up in the air. There's a Hurricane. Mark 2C and the Hurricane Mark 1. I do like these cards. Instead of having like cheap paper cards, I like these. That's why I like the Panzer game, because the Panzer tanks actually have bigger cards that have all the information on them. So they're not going cheap. You know, maybe that's why the game is a little more expensive, but that's okay. I'd rather have better quality components than cheap, you know, like cards that you put in a plastic sleeve or something. There's some Russian units here. And some units from Italy. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Crikey. Crikey. BF-109E4. BF-109F2. BF-109F4. Best planes ever. Best planes ever. Oh. By the way, guys, if you're not on our brand new Facebook war group, be sure to go over to Tack Up Wargaming, and join up with our group there. If you're new to this stuffy, let's see here. Let's see if I can I get to it? That would be awesome. I'll get to it here in just a second. You know, I got to reach around a million things and all right. There we are. And so there we are. Check up Wargaming here on Facebook. If you're not a member, feel free to join up with us. You know, we have discussions on things. If you got a YouTube channel out there, we have videos that link to other people's channels and all kinds of information from our good friends out there. You know, GMT just updated their P500 page. So, you know, we just kind of keep up to date with things. So, you know, and we talk all wargaming stuff. There's nothing but wargaming on there, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Tech Up Wargaming. Come on over. Join the fun. Oh, and so let's go back to this here. So we got a bunch of Japanese units. So, nice little variety there. Some Japanese, some German. A couple Italian and some Soviets. American and some British. Some more American, and then another German transport there. All right, so then of course we have our counters. We can look at the counters. As a hit, Kane. Blakey. Crikey. There's a Spitfire. BF 109. So, yeah, you got counters. Oh, and obviously, as you can see, they just literally just punch right out. I don't think they're, like most GMT games, I don't think they have the little, well, let's see. Maybe they do. Let's see. It might have a little bit of it. So you might want to take a X-Acto knife down the edge before you bring them out. That way, you know, you don't need to curve the corners if you don't want to. And are they two-sided? That's a great question. So we have Spitfires and Spitfires. And they're going one way and then they go the other way. Alright. Put these guys back in there for now. So you got one counter sheet there. Got another counter sheet. We've got your counters to count. Losses. Climbing, slow, disrupted. Dogfight, alert, status, veteran, escort, interceptors. And oh, wait a minute, there's some more. Crikey. And a few more miscellaneous counters there. Looks like you got some pilots up here. Hits. So, yeah, alright. And it looks like, oh, look at this. We got a couple more British. We got the Swordfish, Mark 1 there. And we got the Whirlwind Mark 1. And LA5. So that's what you get inside the box of Warfighter. Oops, I moved this over and now I have to click back on the live stream. Sorry. I have not gotten plexiglass yet. And probably tomorrow I'll go out and get some. It's a lot of cardboard. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, so we'll put these back in here. And let's take a look at what we get with the old Wing Leader Blitz now. Oops, and now everything is in the wrong side. Everything is in the wrong side. Put it in the lid. Why did I do that? Try that again. And we'll take everything out of the all the counters out later. Let's see what we get with Blitz. Wing Leader Blitz, 1939 and 1942. Again, game designed by Lee Brimcombe Wood. Of course, published by GMT Games. This is their second or third expansion. I think this is the second one that came out. This is not a standalone game. You need to own the Wing Leader as a... oops, probably should tip this up a little bit so you guys can actually see now. So you do need the Wing Leader Victories game to play this. This is just an expansion. Holy cow! What do we have here? This is going to be interesting. Let's take it out of the box, or the bag in this case. See what we get. Just so you know, I mean, these are pretty expensive expansions. I think they run about $40. So Just keep that in mind. But this is going to be Operation Barbarossa. Operation Barbarossa. And I think this is their campaign. So you're going to be playing as the Germans, it looks like. And then you're going to try for the airfield, or the troops, or the bunkers, and then let's see, it is one-sided, okay. So it is one-sided. Then you have your 6 turns. German losses, German planning attack, defenses. So that's cool, a little scenario, or like a campaign game, I mean, not a scenario, a campaign game. All right, you get a sheet of counters with all the new planes, I-16s, I-153s, DB3, Hawks, Yak-1. You guys want to see what they look like up close and personal? All right, we also get more units. Now these, Okay, I'm already a little disappointed with the expansion. I'm already just slightly disappointed. Now, I'm gonna spend a minute here because, first of all, this counter sheet feels thinner than the other counter sheets. Yeah, you can. Why would they do this? Why would they create? You can see the difference. You guys probably can't, but the one on the bottom is the original, and you can tell it's like it's got that cardboard look on the side. And the expansion has got that, like the white thinner cardboard look. They're not even made of the same cardboard. So these expansion counters, I could feel they're a lot flimsier. Now, of course, you know, they're just counters going on a map, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm not happy that they do not have like thicker counters. And I realized this, but I wasn't going to say anything. But these cards are not like these. Right? I mean, you can hear these. Right? These are like these. I just got done talking in the intro about the quality being so good, and I would pay extra for that. And then, what do they go and do in the expansion? They muck it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get 8 of these, and we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll get 8 of each. You can see how much thinner they are. There's literally 3 of these are extra by thickness for 8 of them. Oh. Well, I'm going to have to say the expansions, I tell you, probably won't be buying any more expansions until they upgrade them, because that's, I mean, these are just, you can see these are like warping because they're not. I just got done talking about the good quality and how I like these big, thick cardboard ones. You can smack them around. You can do whatever. You can put a drink on them. You know, they're not going to, nothing's going to happen to them, right? And then in your expansions, you don't even give us the same quality. That's, I don't know, a little bit disappointing, to be honest. And there, it's not just a little bit thinner. It is a lot thinner, right? Let's see if I can. There's 2 versus 1. Two of the expansion versus 1 of the original. I don't know. I mean, maybe they decided to go cheaper with the cards at counters. I have no idea why they would do that. That's because you're going to be having these out and you're going to be setting them against one another, and then they're going to have different sizes of them. That just doesn't make any sense. You get some more of these. I don't like these at all. Not at all. I am not a happy camper. GMT, what are you thinking? I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense. You get such good quality stuff with the... I mean, I can understand if the originals came this way, then you wanted to keep everything standard, that's fine. But this is like a downgrade. I don't know. For me, it's a downgrade. Oops. There's going to be another counter sheet here. So you got some more there. We'll count them up here in a second. Yeah, I don't know. And you want to charge us $40 for an expansion? Seriously? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, let's see how many's in the expansion. I will tell you here in just a second. It probably tells us on the box somewhere, but you get 16 new aircraft, 10 new scenarios, and a campaign system. That's not right either, because this is more than 16, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. There's 32. So why is there 32, but it says you get 16 new aircraft? Maybe some of these are replacements for the original game because they mucked up the original, but I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, this is actually Wing Leader expansion number 1, actually. So you get your standard rule book. Let's see if we can find out what's going on here. Okay, so it says here, Wing Leader Blitz includes 2 sets of data cards. There's 16 new ADC for important French, British, American, Soviet, and Italian aircraft in the early year. The second set contains 16 version 2 data cards for aircraft from the original Wing Leader set. The D2 ADC replaces existing data cards and includes more variants and minor updates to perform data, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so this game has had some issues, to be honest. All right, so let's go through a little bit of history. So Wing Leader version 1 came out, right? And it was pretty well received, but there was a lot of issues with it. The rules weren't very tight. There was some things that just weren't missing. So a lot of house rules were being created, blah, blah, blah. So then they decided to come out with the second version, which is what this is, version 2. And version 2 comes with a lot more stuff than the original. So I think this expansion is giving you, 16 originals, and then if you own version 1, they're giving you a bunch of the replacements. That's how many planes were messed up to begin with, right? Which is not a good sign for this series when you have to reproduce literally half of the original game has to be redone because you mucked it up so bad. So, yeah, not This game it has its ups and downs, I'm telling you. It's still, a lot of people enjoy it and then like it, but man, they need to get on the ball with this game and really, start standardizing everything and stop having to reproduce everything because they mucked it up to begin with. You also get a campaign card here that kind of shows you how to play and a sequence of play for it, and how many fighters are going to be going up against, and all kinds of different charts and stuff. So like a little solo thing that creating the scenarios as you go through the campaign. So I don't know. I have got the other two games in my cart. Let's just say they're in my cart, and I know it's illegal to take them out, but at this point, to be honest, I mean, good Lord, let's look how much these are not cheap expansions either. Let's go to GMT Games, shall we, my friends? Let's go to GMT and go to All Games. I can't believe they mucked this up so badly. I mean, it's one thing for a game to come out and, maybe have some issues and you fix it up, but to have to create a whole new version and then having to reproduce cards because you screwed up the original card so bad. And well, I think what had happened is it wasn't so much screwed up, is there was it just wasn't as fleshed out as it could be. And so there was stuff missing that needed to be in there. And so all these house rules are being created. And so then they basically took all these house rules and stuff and they incorporated them all into version 2 rules. So then they had to re-put it out. The original, this shows you something, right? So the original Wing Leader Victory game, version 1, you can pick that up for $20 because nobody wants it because it's so bad. It's just, not very good. But if we go for, what are we going for? Let's look this up because this is really aggravating me now. And you know how I get aggravated, then the world gets aggravated because I will not let it go. I will not let it go. That's the way I do things. I was so positive. I mean, yeah, because I had no idea. I mean, I heard stories, I heard people talking about everything, but I had no idea what to expect, right? And so I've got a couple of the expansions, like I said, in a cart ready to be ordered. But I'm like, you know what? Before I order anything, let's see what we get with this series. And here we go, Wing Leader series. All right. So let's bring you over to the cart here. All right, so we're going to just flip you over here. So, all right, so the Wing Leader, the base 2nd edition game, you pick that up for $70. Not a cheap game, but you can see they've now got a 2nd edition upgrade kit because the 1st edition was so messed up. So if you bought the original 1st edition, which cost you $60, you can now upgrade for another $45 to get up to the 2nd edition. Then your expansions. So the one that we just opened up here was Wing Leader Blitz, expansion number 1, which was $36. 36. Let's think about what you get for $36, shall we? You're going to get 16 new playing cards. Let's see, 16. You're going to get 16. Where's my sheet here? You're going to get 16 new aircraft, 10 new scenarios, and a campaign system. That's what you're basically getting. You're getting 16 new aircraft. But it's not, to be honest, it's not really what you're getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So this is what you're getting, right? You're getting this. You're getting a little sheet. Let's just look. You're getting a sheet of paper, right? That has a campaign system. You're going to get some new scenarios in a book, right? And you're going to get a little campaign card. That's what you're getting, right? But you're getting more that they had to produce to help fix the problems to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, 16. So they reproduced 16 cards that I have to pay for because they messed up the beginning of the game. Because if these weren't included, the price wouldn't have been $36, right? But because they have to include these and to help fix all the version 1s out there, they have to re-put these games out. So that's why maybe they put them in these cheaper quality stuff. So you're paying $36. You're paying $36 for the expansion. Now let's see expansion number 2. So this is Wing Leader Eagles. Players will need a copy of Wing Leader Supremacy to play Wing Leader Eagles. In addition to new aircraft and new scenarios, Wing Leader Eagles features a new campaign game. Alright, this game is already starting to turn me off. This game is starting to turn me off, to be honest. I haven't even looked at the rules or anything. But I don't like these games where you have like one thing, and then you have another expansion, and then you have another expansion, but you can't play this expansion unless you have this expansion. So you can't play Wing Leader unless you have Supremacy. Which is going to be another $60. If you join in the P500, but there's only 29 to date, so maybe you can still pick this up somewhere else. But you can't play the Wing Leader Eagles unless you have the Supremacy. Oh, good. And you know what? Here, I mean, this is kind of right there is... The second edition of Wing Leader Supremacy will include major updates to the original version, including brand new scenarios and data cards. So I did the same thing with Supremacy. So yeah, I'm done with this. I'm not going to order anymore. I'm done. These changes are significant enough that we're offering an update kit. So basically, you release a game, right? And I hate this. I really hate this. And I hate to go off on a tangent, but I really hate this, is when they muck something up, then they charge the customer to fix the goddamn program, right? So everything is mucked up so bad on between the, oops, I got to hit, now I've got it hit, but they mucked it up so bad, Supremacy, and they mucked up the Victories so badly that they've now got to come up with second editions to fix the problems from the first editions. And then you need expansions to play other expansions. And yeah, no, I'm not about that at all. So nope. If somebody wants a copy of Wing Leader and the expansion, give me a holler. Let me know. idjesterlive@gmail.com. I'll sell it to you. Because I'm not paying for that. I'm not playing that game. Nope. I don't. If they mucked it up, they should have a super cheap way for somebody to get it fixed quickly and easily. Free downloads, whatever it takes, if they mucked it up so bad. But if you buy something and then the next year they release version 2 of it because it's so bad to begin with, and then they charge you, look at this, $45 for an upgrade. That is, you gotta be kidding me. $45 for an upgrade kit. $45 for just the upgrade kit because they mucked up the first edition so badly, and they got to come up with a second edition. And the same thing now that I found out about Supremacy. Oh, nope, wrong one, sorry. That, again, is an update kit. But they want to charge you another $60 to get version 2. Second edition of Wing Leader Supremacy will include major updates to the original version, including brand new scenarios and data cards. These changes are significant enough that we are offering an update kit separately. Not good practice, GMT. Not a good practice to have an expensive upgrade kit for your people. I mean, sure, it's kind of a two-edged sword, right? It's good that they're offering that so somebody doesn't have to go out and buy a brand new $60 game because they just bought the $60 game that was crap. But I mean, still, you have to get the P500 price at $30. Otherwise, you're going to be paying $45. Just like this one, if you didn't get the P500, you're paying $45 already on top of the $60 that you paid for the original game to begin with. Just to get a version that is decent to play. So, I don't know. So the cards are replacements for the first edition or the new reprint. I think these cards, if you're talking about these cards in my hands, I think these are, from what I read in the rules here, the second set contains 16 version 2 data cards for aircraft from the original Wing Leader Victory set. The 2.0 ADC replaced existing data cards and include more variants. So these, I think, are going to match what comes in here. So let's see if we can find this. Let's see if we can find one that was in the original. Hurricane was in the original. We know that. Let's look for a Hurricane. Three, 4, 3, 4, 5, 2. This is actually different. Yeah, so these are actually different. Oh, this game is so messed. All right, so you have here, we just got this card from the expansion, right? We got this card from the expansion, Wing Leader Blitz. And it has version 2.0 down in the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but down in the bottom, it shows a version number. Come on, focus in, because this is kind of important. I gotta show my peeps this now. Come on, focus in. Let's see if I can get it to focus in on some color. That usually helps a little bit. Come on. Oh, good Lord, you're driving me crazy, you stupid. I'm getting frustrated, sorry. I'm about ready to throw something. This is what happens when game companies do this crap. Alright, so here we are. So this is from the expansion, the Hurricane Mark II-C. Alright, you can see down here in the bottom, now you can see clearly it says version 2.0. Right? So this is the Hurricane Mark II-C. This is from the expansion. From the original game, which is the version 2 of Wing Leaders, we now have this card, which is the Hurricane Mark II-C, but it is version 2.2 down in the corner, and these numbers are different on it if we compare these two again. Originally, they had a bomb of 10. Now they have a bomb of 9. They only had drop tanks before. Now they have drop tanks and edge. Same date, June 41. This is still June of 41 as well. It looks like the other numbers are the same. But if I go and buy an expansion, right? If I go and buy an expansion, I shouldn't have to have and go and buy another game to get the most up-to-date card. This is okay. Yeah, very frustrated that I was started off so positive because I opened up the Wing Leader box and beautiful cards, nice thick, beautiful content. I'm thinking, wow, this is a great start, and then it went completely downhill from there. Yeah, now I'm lost with what edition, what cards do you need to go from where to what, how. If I buy an expansion, right? I buy an expansion, and then my buddy buys the original game, and I find out that his original game has a better card than my card, then why did I freaking spend money on your stupid expansion? That's ridiculous. And then they come with these crappy quality cards now. I mean, you can tell these are flexible, they're bendable. You can see that. These are not, right? These are thick and sturdy. These are like the Panzer cards. If you didn't see that unboxing, right? Right? So you got these Panzer cards, thick, sturdy. You can, hit somebody in the face with one of these things. There's nothing's gonna happen to it. It's got all the data, all the information, right? These are from the base game. Right? So here's your Panzer base game. After 4 expansions, this is expansion number 4. Right? Expansion number 4. We still have the same cards. The freaking same cards. Thick, sturdy cards. After 4 expansions, you still have the same kind of cards. They're not changed. They're not different. They're not cheap quality. They're still good quality cards. Something that isn't going to bend. It's not going to warp. It's not going to, nothing's going to happen to this card. Again, I can punch this card. Nothing's going to happen to it. After 4 expansions. But then you get this crap where I buy the original game, waiting for version 2 to come out, because I know version 1 is so messed up, you don't want to get version 1. You can buy, like I said, you can buy version 1 for like $20 because everyone's trying to get rid of it. Because nobody wants it. So I wait for expansion 2 to come out, and now expansion 2 comes out, and I order the one of the expansions, and now the expansion cards are these low quality cards. And they're not even all the way up to date. I think this expansion came out for version 1, maybe. I don't know. It's just a mess, and I'm not going to deal with it, to be honest. The game sounded interesting, but, I mean, it's just such a cluster. Why would I go through all the trouble for this? Why doesn't GMT have a better way, if they're going to update these cards, they should have a better way to get you the information. Cheap and easy and quick and free, or at least a decent price. But I gotta wait. I gotta literally wait for probably another 2 years before they get 500 people to sign up for these kits, so they'll reprint them. That's I'm not going to wait 2 years and play with old crappy stuff because I'm waiting on the new stuff to come out. That just doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense to anybody? Yeah, I was going to order the Origins. I was going to order the leaders, but I mean, to play the leaders, you need the wing leader supremacy to play wing leaders Eagles. So to play this expansion, you need a completely different game. You need this game, and this game is only at 29 people of 500 signed up for the reprint. So it'll be probably another year or two before it gets even reprinted. So to be honest, why would I even buy this Wing Leader Eagle if I can't get the original game? Now maybe you can still pick up the original game out there on the internet, but at this point, I would have to be forced to get it, because I'm like, why would I spend money on something Supremacy to find out I'm getting an old version that's a piece of crap that wasn't done right in the first place? Does that make sense to anyone out there? Am I just making a big ordeal on this? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I think GMT is dropping the ball big time in this game. After 4, you got Panzer, Expansion 1, Expansion 2, Expansion 3, Expansion 4. After 5 games in the series, they're still producing good quality, hard content, so it matches all the other cards. So it matches all the other expansions. After 1 freaking expansion, they went and switched everything, and now you get these crappy cards. No. You can see what a difference the size is. And it's like half the size. If you got anybody want a copy of Wing Leader Blitz and Wing Leader, let me know. I've got it for sale. Pretty cheap too. So give me a holler. I'm not buying any more. That's for damn sure. I might just throw it in the trash can, to be honest. Just nothing worse than a game company that does something like this, to be honest. GMT has been one of the best game companies out there. I mean, when they make a mistake, they make a mistake. Right, okay, they made a mistake. But now you're finding out all these mistakes, and you're charging people through the roof to get their, an update kit. If somebody bought version 1 and paid full price for it, and you find out version 1 is a piece of crap, you shouldn't be charging $45 for an upgrade kit for that person. You should be charging them $10. $10. If you gotta eat it, you should eat it. It's your job as the company to make sure your customers get quality stuff that work. If the game doesn't work, it's on you. It's not on your customers to upgrade. And GMT is letting everyone that buys this update kit and upgrade kits and all these other expansions, they're letting them get away with this. You're like beta testing the game. Why didn't they beta test this game and find out what's wrong with it to begin with? I'm not going to be a beta tester for them and then having them keep changing cards. Here's another one, version 2.2. Here's another one, version 2.2. Now this one's only 2.0, so they haven't changed this one. Here's another one, 2.0. If you're going to keep changing the cards, then you should be giving them for free to your customers. It's not their job to keep updating. If you keep updating the goddamn game, it's not their job to keep buying it. That's my feeling. And I'll make sure I let everyone know, because I don't, like I said, GMT's always been really good with their games. Producing good quality content, and with updates and errata and everything like that. But why they're doing it with this series? Wow, that's to be honest, it's a shock, because I didn't think GMT would do something like that to get try and charge like a full price game as an upgrade kit when you're already paying like $40 for an expansion kit. I don't know, that's pretty rough. That's definitely rough. So yeah, I won't be wasting any more of my money on this game, that is for sure. I like to support companies out there that do the right thing, and this is not the right thing. When you got buy an expansion and you got to release 16 of them because there's some you messed up to begin with, but the people that buy the expansion have to pay for that. Ugh, that drives me crazy. Dropped. Fields of Fire is another good example. When that game came out, it was a mess as well. Fortunately for them, they didn't have to reproduce anything, or reprint anything. They just had to explain how the game actually played and change some of the rules to fix it. But in this game, if they got to change all the data cards, I mean, half the game are is this data cards and the counters. Well, the counters, fortunately for you, the counters don't have any numbers on them, right? Oops. Yeah, the counters don't have any any of their stats on them. So the counters will be fine. You don't have to worry about the counters. But the data cards is what you use as references for your flights, right? And they keep changing these. Then these are no good. And then if I got to buy another expansion to get the updated cards, then that's just more money out of my pocket. Yeah, screw that. No way. I'm not doing that. I did that with another game system, and I refuse to buy anything ever from Critical Hit again. Ever. So I won't buy... So yeah, Wing Leader Victories with Blitz. I don't know, I might just throw it in the trash can because what a damn shame. What a damn shame. It's amazing. We go from, the beginning of this video, first 10 minutes, I'm thinking, wow, I found my new favorite series ever. And now I'm like throwing it in the trash can. So that's why we do these unboxings and we look at this stuff so we can let people out there know. If you're into air combat, there's a lot better series out there than this one. I'll tell you that right now. If you want to stay in this series, it's fine. Just understand you're going to have to buy every single module that comes out because they're all going to come out with updated cards, which make your other cards invalid anymore, and new rules and new processes, so you'll have to always be buying the new up-to-date versions. So just keep that in mind. I don't know why they didn't do this to begin with. If I'm GMT and I'm going to come out with this game, I'm going to try and make sure the game works before I send it out. Not only that, but you did it twice with Supremacy and you did it with Victories. And then you changed it. So now you got to reproduce everything. That's crazy. Panzer Blitz. Yeah, Panzer Blitz. I mean, after four expansions, they didn't go to some plastic cheap cards. Why would they do that? I don't know. I'm done. I'm aggravated and I'm frustrated, so I apologize. It's just when companies do things like this. Again, if I'm GMT and I make an error, right? Oh shit! You know what? This game would be played better differently, right? Then I supply a second edition update kit. I'm not going to charge somebody almost full price for another game for that update kit. I'm going to give it to them, for whatever it's going to cost me to produce it. $10. Sure, I'll charge you $10 plus $5 for shipping or whatever it's going to be to ship it out to make my customers happy. Not a $45 upgrade kit. That's ridiculous, which means why would I buy the $45 upgrade kit when I could just buy version 2 for $69? That is nickel and diming by GMT, and that is wrong. I've got like 8 games right now on their P500 list, and I'm seriously considering going in and taking them all out because I'm not going to be ordering something from them and then having them do this crap anymore. That's ridiculous. That is just... That's just not right. And, I'm not one to shy away from controversy, sure, and some people love it, some people hate it, and I might lose subscribers for it, but I'm going to be the way I'm going to be, and I tell you the way I feel, and that's why people come to my channel, because I'm not bought out by any company, right? I don't get freebies by anybody. Nobody sends me anything for free. I should take that back. That's not true. Lock and Load sent me a bunch of stuff for free. But I will tell you everything, good or bad, about everything, honestly, how I feel. I love GMT. Would support them. Like I said, I got like 8 games on the P500 right now, probably more. Let's see. Let me move this over here so you guys don't see my account info. I got Flying Colors. I got Time for Triumph. Trumpets. The Last 100 Yards, Volume 2. I got Tank Duel Expansion Number 1, Tank Duel Expansion Number 2. I got Normandy 44. I got Skies Above the Reich. I got 1960, The Making of the President. I got Command and Colors Samurai Battles. I got A Dark Summer by Normandy 44. I got Pacific Struggle, the Pacific War, The Struggle Against Japan. I got Normandy 44 Mounted Maps. I got Expansion Number 1 for Panzer. I got Expansion Number 2 for Panzer. I have World War II, Barbarossa to Berlin. I got Skies Above the Reich, and I have Road to Leningrad. That is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, so I lied. I got 17. I got 17 games that I've got on their P500 list. All right. So if they're going to continue doing things like this, I will cancel all of them. That's fine. I got stuff on my shelves. Flying Colors has already been charged. Yes, it is. Flying Colors has been charged. So that is on its way shortly, as they've now charged for that. But I got things on my shelf that are sitting here doing nothing. I could, cancel all my pre-orders. That's fine. But if GMT is going to continue doing crap like this for me, this is what people out there should be talking about. And I've watched every video that I can find on Wing Leader, Wing Leader. Every video that I've on the internet, I've watched because I wanted to find out about this game. Not one person mentioned anything. Not one person mentioned anything about this cheap cards coming in and having different version numbers of the cards and different expansions. I knew it was a problem, and I thought, okay, they re-released it with version 2. I'm not getting version 1 because that's old crappy stuff. I will wait for version 2, and I ordered version 2, and I'm like, well, let's throw an expansion in there, and let's get an expansion. Now, I'm glad I did that because now I know that all your Wing Leader stuff isn't going to come the same way. You're going to have nice, good cards to begin with, right? And then you're going to have these crappy plastic ones afterwards. So yeah, we'll wait for Flying Colors to come, and we're going to find out what kind of quality we get with that. GMT is supposed to be upping their quality in the last couple of years. It's been a few years since I've actually ordered some board games, war games. So we'll see. That'll be my first actual game from GMT in a couple of years. So we're really gonna analyze it tough. So anyways, appreciate everyone coming out. Jose and Rough Swordsman, make sure you go subscribe to Rough Swordsman. And before you all leave, one little quickie for you guys. If you're not part of our Facebook group, Tack Up Wargaming. Tack Up. So it's tactical level wargaming all the way up. If you want to join, just come on over, Tack Up Wargaming. There's about, 10 or 15 of us so far. We just started it the other day, but you can see we have linked to people's videos. We have discussions. I actually posted the GMT and updated their P500 pages, as someone had mentioned. So letting all our users know. So it's your last chance if you want to get the P500 price. Jump on them now. Just all kinds of new channels out there that are starting up. We try to support everyone out there that's in the wargaming community. We try our best. And, you know, just kind of give people information. We don't talk anything besides wargaming or anything like that. So if you want to come on by, Tack Up Wargaming is your place. Alrighty, well guys, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Sorry this has been a downer, but sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff, right? So that's just the way it gets. So Hearthwell, and Rough Swordsman, make sure you guys check out Rough Swordsman Wargamer. And I'm going to try and talk Rough Swordsman into having another live stream this weekend. Tony, make sure you check out Tony and his channel, and you'll see them all on the Facebook channel as well, because we link everyone's videos there. Modeling for Advantage was here earlier, so thank you for coming by. Viper Dave, good friend of the channel. So yeah, guys, sorry, it's kind of a bummer. We just, you know, just didn't get something that we thought we were getting, and you know, it's kind of a, I kind of feel, you know, it's like those scams, right? It's like a scam. Oh, you know, if you buy this, it's only $20. Oh, okay. And you buy it, but then you find out you need another part, and that's going to be another $20. And you buy that part, and then it's oh, what's the scam name called? It's like once you what they try to do is they get you invested in the series, right? Okay, I've already bought Wing Leader. I bought this expansion. I bought this expansion. I bought this expansion. What do you mean I got to buy another one? Well, I'm already bought all these other ones. I have to buy the other one, or else I'm going to be missing out. There's a scam called, I forget what it's called. I'm sure somebody smarter out there might know it. But basically what they do is they try to get you invested in something because you've bought one thing, you bought another thing, and you bought another thing, but then you need a third or fourth or fifth thing to play. Right? And so then you're like, oh, well, I got to get the new thing because it's got all the new updated rules and it's got all the new updated flight cards because they keep changing the flight cards every 2 minutes. I mean, this game hasn't even been out that long, and I've already gotten at least three or four cards that are at version 2.2 so far. So they have version 1, they had version 2, now we got version 2.2. So they keep changing these cards every freaking whim, and no, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, guys, I'm out. Have a good night. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, Ruff. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow.